SportsOnTapPodcast.com, the place to go where you can listen to past shows, read featured articles, check out all of our social media updates, plus much, much more. SportsOnTapPodcast.com, the official website of Sports on Tap.
For up-to-the-minute info on local high school sports action, including photos, videos, and live updates, be sure to follow Sports on Tap on Twitter, Instagram, and like us on Facebook.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
RRT Productions, specializing in creating sports recruiting videos for all high school athletes. Want to play at the next level? Promote your talents with a video to send colleges. Affordable, experienced, and a high-quality video. Make us your local video production company. Visit our website, rrt-productions.com, and contact us today. RRT Productions, we shoot, we edit, you win.
I'm Rob Troutman, and it's our Ohio High School preview show for high school football. And joining me on the RRT Productions hotline is the defensive coordinator of the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs football program. Rob Pace joins me. And, Coach, thanks for joining me here today.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
Now, I know, we've talked last year. You guys had an 8-3 season, 7-2 in the Southwestern Conference. Just a great season in which you had so much talent on your team. And we really saw it because you guys love to run the football, which is always your staple. But you guys were able to throw with Teddy Grinzinski, among other players. Talk about the seniors that you lost last year, and you hope to, get some other players to step up.
Yeah, last year we had a really, really tight-knit group of seniors that have been playing football together since their, youth football days. And, there was a lot of buzz around town as they grew up and came through the program, and it showed off. And like you said, we had a good regular season, had a couple bumps in the road there, but had the playoffs for our fourth straight year. And unfortunately didn't get the result we wanted in the first round. They were going to save on Lake, but those guys played a lot of football. They were really special to our program. Just the way that they developed as a group of kids and the way that the leaders developed and really showed our guys, how to do it right, on the field, off the field, all that. Just really good kids that, you'd want to show up at your house on Thanksgiving if you got a daughter. Those are the type of guys that those guys were, in addition to being tough as nails on the football field. They did it right, and that's always a pleasure to be around.
Now you have 4 returning starters, so you don't have returning starters. You have kind of a younger team, but talk about the players. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. Talk about some of the players that we should look out for.
Yeah, so a couple of the guys that have played some football for us, Alec Wall is going to be one of our A-backs. He played A-back for us last year. So he's going to be a big part of what's going on. We got a couple guys, and Stephen Ellis, who's one of our captains this year, and Tyler Shumpert up on the offensive line. Those 3 guys have probably played the most football out of that group. So those would definitely be guys to watch. We've got Charlie Siolik as a 10th grader. He's looking to right now. He's taking the first team reps with the offense at quarterback, and he's done a great job, and he's been running our system since he was in 7th grade. So we're hopefully, you can't replace a guy like Teddy, but he's got some big shoes to fill, but he's doing everything the right way and working hard, and just like the rest of those guys. And we're getting some guys battling up front on the offensive line, and on our offense, it's we're going to come downhill, we're going to run the ball, and that's what we hang our hat on. And they're not missing a beat. We got up front with those guys, and then at our B back, we've got a rotation of guys that are getting some snaps. Most of them are being taken by Andrew Parkowski and Devontae Boyd. Andrew's a junior, and Devontae's a sophomore, and those guys are carrying a load there. And that's we're looking at finding the guy there who's going to take hold of it. They both have a pretty different set of skills, but that position is downhill, hand the ball off, and let's go.
Yeah, and that's your offense always seems to during the season have other players step up, and you always find those sophomores that will hopefully step up during the season and not be too intimidated by the Friday night lights. And you guys always seem to find them. You find like you said, they're always a close knit group, and you could tell the players love playing for each other. Now on the defensive side of the ball, and this is where you thrive on things. I know you get a lot of players kind of playing both ways. But talk about, your defensive players that you're having fun with so far in camp.
Yeah, so some of the returners there, Alec Wall, again, played outside linebacker for us last year, and he's slated to do the same again this year. And he's one of those two-way guys. He's going to play a lot of football for us. Dylan Varga, he played our nickel last year, so he was in certain packages. And he's slated in one of those outside linebacker spots this year. And the two of them are both captains, and they've really taken charge of what's going on up front and with the defense as a whole. Very good football players, very smart, and very tough, which is something that's given our defense kind of a new attitude, which I really like. Inside at the inside backer spots, we've got a couple guys. Again, those two B backs, Parkowski and Boyd, are looking at those inside spots, and up front, the only guy returning is Tyler Schompert, and he played rotated in on the defensive line. So those guys are our captains, and they're leading the charge. And now the rest of it is, we're filling some guys in and played a little bit here and there. Secondary, we lost 3 out of 4 guys. Keegan Skozen's the only returner back there at safety. So we got a couple position battles going in the secondary right now, and we're working through that, and guys are starting to separate themselves as we go. And so that's been really fun to watch that competition kind of push each other and see who's going to separate themselves a little bit. So as far as guys that are leading it, it's Wall and Varga and Skozen back in the back there, and Schumpert's our big tough guy in the middle. And we got some up-and-comers coming through. We have a sophomore that's rotating in. We have a senior who's playing some nose tackle for us in Ryan Herzog, and Nadal Abu-Akaz. He's one of our defensive ends who's he's made some serious strides over the off season in the weight room, has gained a bunch of weight, become really super strong, and bought into what we're doing in the weight program, and he's getting a really, really good look at the defensive end spot.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been fun in camp, and there's all kinds of different camps now. It seems like that different high schools go to. Talk a little bit about the camps in which do you think that's helped bond this team? I mean, like you said, it's a younger team that might not have as much experience, obviously, as last year with all the senior starters from last year. But how has camp really helped these players kind of get in the shape that they need to, and also understand the offense and defensive side of things?
Yeah, so we do. So our off season, the weight room has become a major deal for us, and we're really starting to see the results from that. We kind of overhauled it a few years ago, and that's really started to get itself going, and we're seeing some real benefit in the weight room as far as guys getting stronger faster. Not just getting, they're actually, the strength and the size is starting to show up a little faster, which has been really nice. There's a lot of that's just the buy-in of what we're doing and how they push each other in there, and we're, upwards of 50 guys in the weight room every time we go, which is really outstanding. But as far as off-season camps, we do an overnight camp at Ohio Wesleyan every year, and we go down to Delaware and stay in the dorm for a couple nights and 3 practices a day, and Teams come in from that area for 7-on-7 in the evening as our third practice, and that's just a really good opportunity where there's no distractions. It's football only. We 3 meals a day in the cafeteria. We have team meetings at night, whether it's watching a movie or whether it's talking about why football is important to them and all those different things that you do to come together and kind of to build and get close together. And that's something that our kids do a great job of, and it's always a good trip that we take and really gets us going. We're able to get most of our defense and offense in there so that when we get to 2-A-days, it's really just getting better at everything. So it's been really good for us.
Yeah, those were always fun going to those camps. I think we went to the University of Akron, and it just seemed like it's a good place for all the players to gel and pick each other up. And I mean, you're going to make mistakes. It's early on, but that's the place you want to make mistakes. Obviously, is to learn in those camps and come together as a team. And it seems like it always benefits teams. But when you get to look at your schedule this year, you start off with a road game against Brecksville. And then you're home at Berea Mid-Park. And, it just seems like in the Southwestern Conference, and we talk about it every year, I mean, it's never easy. And, you look at the bottom, you have a good amount of home games in the season where you have, Avon at home and North Olmsted at home, Lakewood, North Ridgeville, and Berea Mid-Park. But then, you get some tough away games with Avon Lake at the end of the season. When you look at the schedule, you focus on that game one, and how do you get the kids to just focus one game at a time other than looking at some of these games up ahead?
Our big saying this entire off season and kind of what we're hanging our hat on is just win the day. And
yeah.
It's like you said, you could look forward in our conference and just look at all the different things that we're going to be in front of us. But if we approach every day and making sure that we got better that day, then we're moving in the right direction. So that when Brecksville is up, that's the day we got to win. We got to win that day. We won today at practice. We're getting better. So tomorrow we got to do it. We got to get just a little bit better tomorrow and make sure that every day we're not taking a step back or a step to the side. It's always a step forward. And then when it's time to go and the lights come on, then it's time for that moment. And that's what we've been preaching to them. Obviously Brecksville is on the forefront of our thoughts and our mind and the preparation and everything right now. And so that's kind of where our focus is. And, today we had to battle through the heat. So that's how we had to win today, is battle through that and get a productive practice out of it and keep moving forward. And so we're looking forward to the conference this year. It's never easy. There's not a week off ever. Doesn't matter whose record is what. There is not one. And I know every coach in the Southwest Conference says the same thing, but it can't be a truer statement. There's no off weeks. It's a super fun conference to coach in because it's just high-level good football, and every team's unique. Every team does things a certain way, and nobody does it the same way, and that's what makes high school football so fun.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on our show and talking a little high school football and previewing the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs season ahead a little bit and give us some good scoops on players to look out for this season for our listeners that go to some of these games. And, there's games all over the place, and there's a lot of great football here in Northeast Ohio. And we look forward to covering Olmsted Falls this year, so we'll look forward to seeing you during the season.
Awesome, Rob. Thanks for having me. I look forward to listening.
Defensive coordinator Rob Pace, who joins us here on Sports on Tap on our Ohio High School Preview Show.
Thanks for listening to Sports on Tap. Make sure you visit our website at www.sportsontappodcast.com. We'd also like to thank our partners, NEO Sports Insiders, bringing you the best in Northeast Ohio sports coverage. Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League, home of the Barron Cup. Z's Cream and Bean, make life sweet, eat ice cream at Z's. RRT Productions, we shoot, we edit, you win, specializing in sports recruiting videos for all high school athletes.